Whether you're a newcomer to the industry or an experienced freight broker, acquiring more shippers is crucial. So, how do you get shippers to be your customers in the first place? We'll answer this question and much more in this week's video. I'm Benjamin Kowalski with Freight 360, where we provide the latest transportation sales tips and training videos to help you reach your goals faster. If you're a fan of the content, please support us by crushing that like button and sharing us with all of your colleagues in the industry. Now that you have your brokerage license, you're wondering what you need to do to get your first customer. Or maybe you're having trouble pinpointing the right leads to pursue. It's possible that you're stuck in a cycle of overthinking, preventing you from taking any action and making those first few calls. We'll tackle these questions by outlining the processes that are really the foundation of freight brokerage sales. Once you grasp each stage, you can enhance your performance in each of them. So let's discuss some common misconceptions. First one is the ideal lead. Typically, new brokers spend 5, 10, 15 minutes online searching for that ideal lead. And then after perusing the website, the bio, the LinkedIn page, they finally get up the courage to make the call, only to find no answer. So what's next? They're discouraged and they're more hesitant to try again. And this reluctance is going to show up again and again in their next lead search. There is no such thing as the perfect lead. So focus on developing your sales processes, not hunting for the perfect lead to call. Another common mistake is to focus on quality versus quantity. We've all been there, myself included. That's when we start to put off making the next phone call by investing more time in research, and we convince ourselves that we're finding better leads. We prioritize quality over quantity and feel better making fewer calls. In reality, we need both, and this is really just an excuse to make us feel better about avoiding the hard task of picking up the phone. That's why we separate the tasks of finding shippers and making those phone calls. Remember, it's crucial not to search for leads during your call time and vice versa. Allocate specific times for lead generation and a separate time for making those phone calls. If you're not meeting your call targets, then there's no one else to blame but yourself. Now, the first task in the process. As mentioned, you're going to begin with lead generation. You should have at least, I would say, 300 leads before you start picking up the phone. The more leads you have, the less significant each one becomes or feels. Because early in your career, you're going to need to make a lot of mistakes in order to learn. And we want to minimize the emotional cost of those mistakes. So if you have fewer leads, you're way more likely to adopt a scarcity mindset. The beauty of our industry is that leads are abundant. They're virtually everywhere and cost-free. So you should easily be able to find 300 leads within a few days, a week at the most. For more information and useful websites, relevant job titles, and other tips on finding shipper leads, check out our video, How to Find Shippers. Next up, role play if possible. With your leads ready, let's discuss your approach and how to represent your brokerage. Rookies tend to make calls that sound a little something like this. Hi, is John there? This is Ben from Acme Freight Brokerage. Hi John, I just wanted to let you know that we provide a variety of services including full truckload, LTL, drayage, 24-hour service, and we've been in business for over a decade. Then nothing. Silence, right? They expect the prospect, right, to be so impressed that they immediately just start sending bids, sending loads, sending business, right? Or to take charge of the conversation and just tell you what they want. But simply introducing ourselves and our service isn't enough to establish a relationship. Everyone starts somewhere. So here are some tips to improve those calls and help you secure more shippers. Learn from others. You'll need a strong opening for your sales call. Know your brokerage's competitive advantage, whether it's intermodal, shipping building materials with flatbeds, or vans and reefers for produce. The specific advantage you choose isn't really that important. What matters is that you have one. For those working in an established brokerage, learn from your successful team members and adapt their strengths to yours until you have your own, right? If you're a solo entrepreneur and are starting your brokerage yourself, think back on past job experiences, hobbies, or interests that you have. If you've got an interest in a specific hobby, like we'll say gardening, right? It will be much easier to have a conversation with a nursery company that ships plants. If you used to work in construction, try your hand at building materials. You'll be much more likely to have a rapport building conversation with someone that supplies that industry and understands the difference in materials, quality, and when you actually need them on the job site. Remember, this industry is about relationships, and no matter how great a lead is, you'll still need to build rapport and get them to know, like, and trust you. For more tips and training, be sure to watch our weekly podcast on our channel and check out the description for links to private coaching. Because remember, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right.